Hey there, how you doing? This is Coach Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. It's gonna be a good one today. It's gonna be a good one. It might even piss a few people off. Oh well, I'm speaking the truth. All right, we'll be right back in a little under a minute and 30. All right.
Athletes, let's stop being so selfish. Let's stop being so. And here's what I mean by being selfish. You're pounding the basketball. Stop pounding the basketball, because for each dribble that you take, you're getting your team tired. I'm going to say that again. For each extra dribble you take, you're getting your team tired. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing a team run a fast break without the ball ever hitting the ground. The worst thing that happened to the basketball was put air in it. Listen, the worst thing that they did to a basketball was put air in it. If you understand the history of basketball, right, with the peach basket and all that, they had to pass the ball. The worst thing they ever did to a basketball was put air in it, because now it comes right back up to you. And like you're almost hypnotizing yourself, because you just look, the worst thing they ever did to a basketball was put air in it. Athletes, move the ball, pass the ball, stop being so selfish. If you pass the ball, I assure you the ball will come back and find you.
Y'all, so we discussing
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Bless the Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Bless the Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Bless the Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant. Bless the Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Bless the Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Bless the Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Bless the Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Bless the Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Bless the Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is Strategic.
All right, come on, let's get to it. So, right into it, right? So, everybody watched the All-Star game. In my 47 years of being on this earth, right? And probably that might have been like my 41st All-Star game watching. It had to be the worst All-Star game that I've seen ever. The worst All-Star game that I've seen ever. And I'm going to attribute that directly to AAU culture. So I'm going to help parents today, but I'm also going to help club teams and AAU teams. So if you're a club team or if you're an AAU team, I'm not just crapping on you, I'm crapping on the culture. But if you run an AAU team or a club team, this is going to be liquid gold, because you can take these things and make your program the upper echelon. Now, if you just got your ego on your shoulders, you ain't paying no attention, then you're not going to grow from it. Parents, this is going to help you. This is going to help you, right? The worst All-Star game that I've seen in 41 years of my 47 on this earth. Terrible. And it's a direct result of the AAU culture. And I'm about to run them down because I only got about 11 minutes. So the first thing that we saw, right? And So skills competition, right? You kind of saw that, skill level. And I'm not talking about nobody in the NBA from their skill development because they're in the NBA. But let's get to what really matters. The dunk contest, shout out to Mac McClung, right? The dunk contest as well as the All-Star game. It shows something in these NBA players, these new age NBA players, that the old players didn't have, but most of these NBA players are a direct result of AAU culture. And AAU culture, right? There are some good teams. First of all, every non-season team is an AAU team, not all of them. Most of them are club teams, most of them are travel teams, not all AAU. AAU has its own governance. But this is what the culture has done, because the culture has brainwashed parents, the culture has brainwashed athletes, and now it's trickling down. It already has trickled down to the lower levels, the high school levels, the college levels. Now we're seeing it at the pros. So here's the first thing the AAU culture has done. Nobody has any pride anymore, right? You always had the best dunkers participate in the dunk contest because they had pride. They had pride. All-Star game, no defense being played. There's no pride. Athletes now have no self-pride because they don't need to. They've had people telling them, oh, you're good. Oh, come and play for me. I'm going to pay for you to come play for me. I'm going to take you all around the country to come play for me. And most of these athletes have no pride. If you tell them to bring their hard hat and their lunchbox, they're going to look at you like they're crazy. They have no pride. The second thing is, right, and here are my notes. The second thing the AAU culture has done to basketball, and we're now seeing it at the NBA level. We saw it at the lower levels, and it's moved all the way up now to the NBA level. The second thing is that these players have little respect for the game of basketball itself. They have little respect for the game of basketball itself. B, you understand what I'm saying, B? Like, you was in Hampton when Bubba Chuck was down there, when didn't nobody know him, but only y'all on the East Coast. It was a little pride that he had, and he respected the game of basketball. These athletes now, they don't respect the game of basketball. And because they don't respect the game of basketball, we see it in their play. We see it in their off-the-court antics, right? They're not professional. They may be professionals, but they're not professional. So what does that do to your athlete? What does that do to your athlete that's on a lower level that don't respect the game? The game going to cut them short. The game going to cut them short. And because they have no pride, because they have little respect for the game, this is what AAU culture has done. You can argue with me or you can argue with your moms. It really don't matter. Right? But it's forced a sense of entitlement. Entitlement. Like, you're supposed to come see me. You're supposed to let me do this. You're supposed, because all these AAU coaches have just given things to these players. They make nobody earn anything anymore. Well, guess what? If the fans voted these athletes into the game, then you're expected. You have a responsibility to come out and perform. Now, one of Kobe Bryant's Instagram pages have been on it. They've been on it all weekend and just showing clips from Kobe talking about having pride. Like, fans voted you in. But again, this is where the low management come in, because it's little respect for the fans, it's little respect for the game, little respect for the officials, and it's an entitlement culture. Basketball has, right, these kids are now entitled. And then when somebody say something to Ja Morant, then he want to pout. And I'm not just clowning on Ja, but I'm just saying they're entitled, right? So no pride, little respect for the game, entitlement, and selfish. They're selfish. I always told my players on the high school level and the college level, if somebody paid $2 or $5 or however much it is to come see us, They're coming to see us and they want to be entertained. They want to get their mind off of their life problems for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. And it's our job to play the game the right way with passion, integrity, and intensity to entertain them for a while because they're paying to come see us. So what does it do when we talk about load management? Now these players don't play. What does it do when people want to see their best dunkers and they don't compete? What does it do when they want to see the 24 best players that's voted by the fans in the All-Star game and some of these dudes play 8 minutes? Get the hell out of here. It's disrespectful. But this is what we see with on the lower levels. Kids taking their jerseys off, right? Because they're not getting what they want. They're entitled. They're selfish, right? There's no selflessness. What Coach K did to USA basketball, the first thing he did when he brought them in the very first year, because they had to go through a 4-year stint before they won gold again. The very first year he brought them in and he talked to them about selfishness and selflessness and the difference between selflessness and selfishness. At West Point, he's a military guy. He understands selflessness. A lot of these athletes, they aren't selfless. They're selfish. And they're selfish because they don't want what they think their brand to be damaged. But they don't understand their brand is being damaged because really they're cowards. Because they don't want to compete. They're selfish and they're only thinking about them. But they want somebody to buy their shoes. They want somebody to buy their gear. They want somebody to come to the games, right? They want all this money, but they're not doing nothing. And then here's the biggest two things that's wrong with basketball nowadays because of the AAU culture. They're focused on the outcome, not the process. See, Michael Jordan had to go through a process, right? He didn't win his first dunk contest. He had to go through a process. Craig Hodges had to go through a process with the three-point contest. Steph Curry, Damian Lillard had to go through a process. Athletes don't want to go through a process because in the AAU culture, they don't have to go through the process. They're just elevated all the way to the top because they're entitled and people are giving them things because you have adults who care more about winning than developing athletes, than developing people. And it hurts them in the long run. It hurts the kids in the long run. And parents are running up after these programs because they're selling exposure when most of these players are getting exposed. Most players don't know how to run a play. Most players don't know how to communicate on or off the court to a coach or their teammate. Most athletes are not critical thinkers, but they're just focused on the outcome. Ooh, let's just win this game. Ooh, how many players do you see go, younger players now, they walk right on the court and they shoot a three? They don't even start in close anymore to warm up. The process, you got to work your way out to the three. Y'all look in all these clips, Steph Curry deals with the process. He goes through a 20, 30-minute ball handling workout before he start his shooting workout. And he start right underneath the basketball with Instagram catch is him shooting from half court or him shooting in the tunnel. And now everybody just worried about the outcome and not the process. That's totally screwed up the culture of basketball strictly because club, AAU ball. And I'm saying club and AAU, not all AAU. But it's the culture of this thing here. And then last but not least is too much buddy ball. Now, yeah, Isaiah Thomas went against Magic Johnson, right? Magic Johnson went against Michael Jordan, right? They all went against Magic, right? You get a little of that, right? You get a little, it's called gamesmanship. You get a little of that. You want to see Bird and Magic go at it. You want to see Mike and Magic go at it, right? You want to see LeBron and KD go at it, all that. But it's too much buddy ball. I'm gonna let you score. You come down, let me score. Well, it's buddy ball because ain't nobody got no pride. I don't care if I'm playing my buddies who play football, who play tennis, track, basketball. It doesn't matter. When we're competing, we're competing. The AAU culture has really cut off that gene in people to compete. So I said it. Yes, I said it. What we saw All-Star Weekend is a direct result of AAU culture. The culture of AAU club ball is bad. It has damaged basketball. It has damaged basketball. because players have no pride. They have little respect for the game. They feel as though they're totally entitled. They're totally selfish. They're focused on the outcomes and not the process. And it's too much buddy ball. It's too much buddy ball. Right. B, as you said, we coming to win. If you play basketball, B, if you play football, whatever, when we on the court, we're competing to win. That's what we're doing. Now, if you're a parent, stay away from all of this. Get your athlete to focus on these 2, 4, 6 things that I just talked about. Get them to focus on that. Now, if you run a team, I just gave you the blueprint to making your team stand above all other teams out here. I don't give a damn if you charging $100 or if you charging $1,000. You're going to be head above heels. Because these people out here are selling dreams because they know most people are asleep. They're selling dreams because they know most people are asleep. Most people don't know what's going on, so they're selling y'all dreams. And here's a bonus. Here's the bonus. With AAU culture, right? There is no sense of accomplishment or letdown. There's no sense of accomplishment or letdown because they're just playing. Well, in real life, sometimes you have to reflect. And after a thing, you have to reflect on a thing. After a win, you got to go reflect on that win and say, man, what did we do that worked? After that loss, you got to reflect on that loss. But AAU doesn't even, and club ball doesn't even allow time for reflection. Doesn't even allow time for reflection. So athletes don't even care if they win or lose anymore. They just want to get out there and keep playing. So let's check out these comments. Michael Jordan. Hey, we got an MJ here on Facebook. He say facts. My acronym for heart is hustle, effort, attitude, respect, tenacity in everything for life, just not sports. Mike, you absolutely on point, man. You're absolutely on point with that. Henry, what's up, man? You know, I always appreciate you sharing out content, right? Listen, even if your athlete not ready to come and be part of Hoops Master University or whatever, right? You can always share information to be able to help your athlete and help others. And Henry Middleton do that. Henry, what state are you in again? You're in the South, right? But I appreciate all your shares all the time. Michael say, preach it, coach. I've been saying these same things for years. Hey, form shoot. There you go. Hey, Mike, we're an anomaly. I always say that I'm the spook that's set by the door. I'm the spook that's set by the door because I'm telling the truth. Because I've been on the other side. I've been a former college head coach. I know what I look for in athletes, and most people, most coaches won't tell you the truth, and most parents don't even know the truth. All right. Too many meaningless. All right. Coach Chapman is a national champion. All right, a college national champion coach. Too many meaningless games. It means nothing, Fade. It means nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. Kale Grant. Hey, how you doing? Kale said, I think this generation is entitled in the workplace as a whole. They don't appreciate the growth process. They want everything without working for anything. That is absolutely correct. Everything without working for nothing. Henry. That's a big one. They really don't want the truth. They'll rather hear what sounds good than to hear the truth, even if the truth hurts. But the truth can be an awakening so that you can pivot and go the right way. All right. So y'all hear my class coming in. That's lunch. It's over. I was able to eat my salad before I got here to y'all. But listen, this is what's driving the game of basketball down. What we're doing at Hoops Master University is really, really teaching the game and how the game of basketball also relates to the game of life. So we're building up athletes and we're building up people holistically, making them better from the top down, all right, from the inside out. So if you haven't had a chance to check out my free case study video on how I show you how athletes really get recruited, then go check that out at BeTheRightRecruit.com. All right, it's scrolling along the bottom right? Instagram, betherightrecruit.com. It's in my link. It's the link is in my bio, IG, Facebook, YouTube. It's scrolling across the bottom. Go check that out. All right, that's about it for me. Got to go. Got my class coming. I hope this helped. If this helped, IG, Facebook, YouTube, if this helped, just drop a it helps underneath. If it helped, just draw it helps underneath, right? So that I can know, right? So, and I always like to know how far we reach, right? City and states that you all are from, but make sure you share this. Make sure you share this, because if you learn from this, if it made sense to you, it's somebody out there, just like Michael Jordan said, it's somebody out there that he's been saying this for years, just like me. So it's somebody out there, peace be, hey, I'm gonna hit you in a minute. There's somebody out there that really, really want to hear the truth, but it's just not a lot of people out here telling it. So share the truth with them. Share the truth, shame the devil. All right? Mike, you in Colorado. You up there with Prime, huh? You up there with Prime. So you was close to the All-Star game. Anyway, yep. Welcome, Mike. Welcome. Turn your notifications on, man. We do this every Tuesday and Friday. Every Tuesday and Friday we do this. And videos all the time, man. Nothing but content and the truth. Content and the truth. El Paso, Jamie, welcome. El Paso. Y'all go check out my free case study training. It's going to really help you and your athlete. You watch it and then watch with your athlete. And if you need my help, then definitely reach back out to us. And from there, we'll holler. All right? I got to go, y'all. Peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Blessed of All, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed of Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed of Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed of Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed of Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed of Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed of Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed of Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed of Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is Strategic.